Art is often used as a tool for activism in today's world, and societies tend to engage with it. It might be one of the greatest forms of activism since it is accessible for everyone. It carries political messages without demanding for political literacy. When talking about Northern Ireland's The Troubles, many forms of art carrying political messages might be mentioned, and in this video I will cover some of them. During the Troubles, Northern Ireland's walls became a canvas of expression of views and thoughts, often carrying territorial statements. The first non-painted mural was made in Brookside in 1969, entitled Free Derry Corner. It marked the entryway for a self-declared autonomist nationalist Derry. This rapidly inspired other murals with territorial purposes, like You Are Now Entering Loyalist Sandy Row, which served as an answer to other murals and rebellious acts against them. Overall, the murals represented pivotal moments of the Troubles, like civil rights marches, the Battle of Brookside, Bloody Sunday, the hunger strike, John Hume, and the death of many children and families. During the Troubles, there were many songs and artists that stood out by making a point and raising their voice about the atrocities happening in Northern Ireland, like Steady Bloody Sunday by U2, Belfast Child by Simple Minds, Both Sides of the Story by Phil Collins, Invisible Sun by The Police, and many more. Traditional Irish music also plays a big part. The Wolf Tones are a notorious band when it comes to this, because they also have songs in regards to the Troubles, like Rifles of the IRA. Music happened to play a big part in attracting attention to the more humanitarian view of the conflicts, since media coverage often portrayed biased or limited information. In this video, I'd like to stand out Zombie by the Cranberries. The Irish band released the song in 1993 in response to the 2 IRA bombs who killed dozens of people, including children, in Warrington. So it turns out it's not just a karaoke banger. Lyrics express the anger and sadness of witnessing innocent people die and suffer, putting violence above humans' most basic values and rights. Vox magazine affirmed the song was written entirely from a humanitarian point of view. Quoting the lead singer, "I don't care whether it's Protestant or Catholic, I care about the fact that innocent people are being harmed." She went on BBC saying, "When it says in the song, it's not me, it's not my family, that's what I'm saying, it's not Ireland, it's some idiots living in the past. I'm not the IRA." The lyrics came to life in a music video shot in Northern Ireland, where it shows lead singer covered in gold paint standing in front of a crucifix surrounded by silver-painted children. The analogy resembles the use of religious symbolism but placed in a hell-like scenario, where children, supposed to symbolize innocence, are the ones sacrificed. The video also shows black and white footage of the country, where one can see children playing with guns, Irish soldiers, the murals of the city. The video was even banned for violence on BBC, but nonetheless the song hit notorious places on the charts and 1 billion views on YouTube to this day. All types of visual arts about the Troubles play an important role for activist efforts. Photography shows relevance in that sense. It serves purposes in terms of journalism by providing evidence for media narratives, ensuring the take of accountability and raising awareness for the happenings. Of historical documentation, because they provide a visual record of the violence, the protests, and the everyday life during the conflicts, preserving a moment in time that could be later studied and revisited. And in shaping public understanding, as well as humanizing the conflict and creating symbols that shape the collective memory. Some of the most famous photographers and photojournalists that aimed to capture the reality of the Troubles were Don McCullen, Giles Paris, Alan Lewis, and Martin Engel. Non-visual art also plays a crucial role in this. For example, literature and poetry has many times the power to portray feelings in a way that visual art can't. Seamus Heaney was a renowned Irish poet. In his poetry, he explores the complexities of the Irish identity in the context of the conflict. He reflects on his own experience growing up in a divided and violent society. He expressed his feelings about the pain and loss felt by the Irish society in result of the Troubles, as well as he portrays the daily life of fear and pain that was present in everyone living in Northern Ireland at the time. The Troubles are, of course, a very complex subject, and a very recent one too, that art alone cannot explain. Art always reflects the context in which it was created, therefore constituting important historical documentation that express fascinating ways to understand certain periods of history, like the Troubles. Like said in the beginning, art is accessible to everyone, and the lack of political literacy it requires makes it reach wider audiences, captivating attention to the happenings and stating political views through a more humane way.